Hey guys, you're watching CarTopic, and today we're going to be talking about the McLaren F1 and the P1. Now, before making this video, I was deciding on which of these two cars to talk about, because both are super iconic and special vehicles, and they deserve to be talked about at least some point on this channel. But in the end, I decided why not talk about both in one video, because after all, the P1 is the successor to the McLaren F1. Now, the McLaren F1 was first released in 1992, but a ton happened before that release year in order for the car to even exist. And that's because 4 years earlier, sitting in an airplane, Gordon Murray was drawing up a 3-seater concept called the Ultimate Road Car. And over the course of 4 years, he worked with McLaren and did rigorous testing and trial and error to design what is now known today as the McLaren F1. But a fun fact about the designing process of this car is that it was supposed to originally have a Honda V12 because he wanted this car to be super reliable. But after a ton of convincing, Honda said that they wouldn't be able to supply the V12 engines. So in the end, they went with a proven BMW V12. When this car was released, it had 618 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. It also had a 0 to 60 of 3.4 seconds. And there was also the very well-known McLaren F1 LM trim. This was a street-legal version of the Le Mans spec cars that raced in Le Mans. Now, that means you're getting a car based off of Formula 1 race cars that had Le Mans tech implemented into it. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like the ultimate road car to me. This LM trim had 671 horsepower. Now, overall, 106 F1s were made altogether, but only 64 of these were street legal. And unfortunately, the last one rolled off the production line in 1998. But no matter which one you look at, all of these cars were super iconic and they all shattered records. As you may know, the McLaren F1 was the fastest road car at that time. Now, just for you to get a perspective of how valuable these cars are today, the McLaren F1 LM, chassis number 18, sold in 2019 for $19,800,000. Now, I don't know about you, but that tells me how special of a car this is for McLaren. Now, let's fast forward to 2013, where we get to the McLaren P1, the successor to the F1. Now, although 375 of these were made, which is technically much more than the McLaren F1, they sold out within a month of their release. And at that time, not even all of them were made. Now, the McLaren P1 had 727 horsepower, coming from a V8 engine, and 177 horsepower from an electric motor, for a combined 904 horsepower. This gave this car a 0 to 60 of 2.6 seconds. And while that's not as fast as the flagship models of Ferrari, Lamborghini, or Porsche, it's still incredibly quick, and the P1 still has its records in other places. Now, although the price of these cars used is around the same as when they were new, experts say that the price will only go up, just like the McLaren F1. So if you're a millionaire and you're looking to buy a P1, now is your time. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I really hope you learned at least a few things about the McLaren F1 and P1. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video, and be sure to let me know down below in the comments what you thought of today's video, as well as if you have any ideas for future ones. I'll be sure to make it happen to the best of my ability. Now, I also wanted to ask you guys if you wanted to see a video on the McLaren Senna on our next upload day on Thursday. As you know, the Senna is technically the successor to the P1. So the F1, P1, and Senna. So if you want me to talk about the latest of these amazing cars, please let me know down below in the comments and I'll make it happen in just 2 days after this upload date. But thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time on CarTopic.